Hi, I'm Richard Black, the Chief Marketing Officer of Westward American Single Malt Whiskey, an American single malt of Northwest Provenance and a proud member of the craft distilling community in Oregon since 2004. I'm really excited to be here with you today to share ways that you can digitally engage with consumers in this complex time. We know as craft distillers that engaging with consumers is of the utmost importance, and digital is a fantastic way to do this. You might want to start with an landscape assessment, but ultimately you don't need to because the space is dominated by four players: Apple, Google, Amazon, and Facebook. Over 93% of the time spent on app on mobile devices are one of the products of these four companies. And they're not just ubiquitous, it's also effective. Instagram, 60% of consumers say they have discovered new products on that platform. A whopping 78% of consumers see brands on Instagram as popular. So ensuring that all your own channels, platforms are set up with the right brand information, you have your analytics set up, is very important to begin. Then we highly recommend that you put together a foundational strategy. To build a cohesive digital plan, having clear focus and strategy is important. A first strategy question you might want to ask is, what is the goal of this digital plan I'm about to embark on? Do I want to grow sales, increase awareness, engagement, education, or plethora of other ideas that you want to achieve? Ultimately, once you've decided this, you need to decide which is the community you want to engage with. Your existing community that you have on these platforms, or do you want to engage a broader community? And there are many ways to do this, working with publications, like-minded brands who have similar consumer targets, and be able to engage with them in a meaningful way and expand your audience. You also want to do an offline versus online audit, especially in these times. What are you doing offline that can potentially be brought online, and vice versa in the future? Once you've done this, you also want to do a gap analysis and say, what other content or information do I need to put online? Once you have this, you really are set on your foundational strategy. And next is where the rubber hits the road, the execution. So with this strategy in mind, make sure that you set out KPIs so you can measure the success. And the fantastic thing about digital is you can pivot very quickly. So if you aren't reaching your KPIs in a week, 2 weeks, you can change and do things differently to ensure you are hitting those KPIs. You want to ensure all your content is ready for the channels that you are going to attack. You want to make sure that the people who are going to be representing your brand in these digital channels know the brand, know the information you want to share. These can be brand ambassadors, master distillers, marketing people, people from your agency teams, and ensure that they are well versed on the brand information as they embark on this digital journey. Once you have the content, the players who are going to execute the content, you want to ensure that you put a content calendar together, so that the rollout of your digital programming is done in a cohesive way that works together and not against each other, competing for consumer eyeballs. This is really, really important. So once you have that laid out, you're ready to execute. Go and, hit the market and, see what the results are. Track your KPIs and then continuously improve on what you're doing. To share some of the ideas that Westward has taken from this strategy into real life, we have 3 key digital programs that we're running. First up is a virtual series of Westward events. These range from talking about our whiskey and the cocktails that you can make with our whiskey, talking about the type of bars and places you can find our whiskey, talking about how we make our whiskey. These are ran by our brand ambassadors, and we have an ongoing series which is promoted on our social channels on a weekly basis. Another way we look to expand our audience was partner with a trade partner of ours, Death & Co. we worked to do a social campaign around Ask Me Anything, and this was a fantastic success. Death & Co have over 200,000 followers on their social channels, so we were able to leverage that and reach a wider audience than we would have otherwise been able to reach. And for Death & Co, they had fantastic content to share with their followers. And then the third thing was taking an offline program, our Meet the Makers series, which are dinners, and bringing it online. So we put together kits and sold them in Oregon to consumers who wanted to follow along on a virtual tasting through Zoom. So those were three key ways we managed to execute the digital strategies that we had put in place to achieve building awareness, sales, and also engagement with our consumers and a broader audience. I've really enjoyed sharing this with you, and while there's many more opportunities beyond what I can share in a 5-minute video, hopefully these have given you some thought starters in ways to engage your consumers going forward. Thank you very much, and I look forward to enjoying a Westward Whiskey with all of you in the future. Stay safe. Thank you.